It's the only drug we throw parties for. We toast newborns, weddings, and promotions with a liquid the World Health Organization files in the same class as tobacco and asbestos. So why does it feel so good, so celebratory, so right? Because, strange as it sounds, your brain was built to seek it out.
The answer starts about 10 million years ago. Our tree-dwelling ancestors were coming down to the ground, where fruit fell and began to ferment. A single genetic tweak, a mutation in an enzyme called ADH4, suddenly let them break down alcohol about 40 times faster. Overripe, boozy fruit stopped being poison and became food. So for your ancestors, the smell of alcohol was good news. It drifted up from the ripest, most sugar-rich, most calorie-dense fruit on the forest floor, and calories were survival. A brain that felt pulled toward that scent and rewarded for eating it ate better and lived longer. The attraction was an advantage. But here's the catch that changes everything. Fruit rotting in the wild only ever ferments to about 1 to 4% alcohol, a trace. Your reward system was tuned to chase that faint signal in a whole meal of fruit. It was built for a sip, never in 10 million years for a shot. Then we got clever. We learned to ferment on purpose. Beer and wine, 5 to 15%. And then, 1,000 years ago, we learned to distill, to boil the alcohol out and catch it, concentrated. Spirits are 40% and up. We took a trace signal and multiplied it by 10, 20, 40. And ethanol is a remarkably tiny molecule. It slips straight through the wall between your blood and your brain, a barrier that blocks most drugs, and it dissolves into the membranes of every neuron. Within minutes of a drink, it's everywhere in your brain at once, touching all of it. Once inside, it does two things at once. It boosts a calming signal called GABA, your brain's brakes, and it blocks glutamate, your brain's accelerator. Brakes on, gas off. Your whole nervous system slows down. That warm, loosened, everything is fine feeling is your brain quietly powering down. And it doesn't slow the brain evenly. The first region to go offline is the prefrontal cortex, the seat of judgment, planning, and self-control. That's the liquid confidence. It isn't courage being added, it's your inner critic being switched off. The part that says, maybe don't, goes quiet first. Next, it reaches the cerebellum at the back of your skull, which fine-tunes balance and movement. Dim it, and the world tilts. The stumble, the sway, the careful, over-concentrated walk, the slurring tongue. That's not clumsiness, it's a specific brain region being sedated in real time. Push further, and it hits the hippocampus, where memories are written. Alcohol jams the exact signal neurons use to record new memory. In a blackout, you're awake, talking, walking, but the recorder is off. You're not forgetting the night later, your brain never saved it in the first place. So why chase a drug that shuts your brain down? Because of one more thing it does. It triggers a surge of dopamine, the reward chemical, in the brain's pleasure center. Your ancient wiring reads that surge as, this was good for you, do it again. Everything so far, though, is temporary. Then the bill arrives. Your liver treats alcohol as a toxin and rushes to destroy it. But the first thing it turns ethanol into is acetaldehyde, a chemical far more poisonous than the alcohol itself and a known carcinogen. Drink faster than your liver can finish the job, and this poison pools in your body. That's where the misery begins. The hangover is that poison plus a pileup. Alcohol blocks the hormone that keeps water in you, so you flood the toilet and wake up dehydrated. Your brakes and gas system, suppressed all night, rebounds into raw anxiety and shakes. Acetaldehyde inflames you. It's not bad luck, it's a predictable chemical hangover. And the drink that knocks you out is lying to you. Alcohol helps you fall asleep, then blocks the deep, dreaming REM stage your brain needs to restore itself. And because your body can't process it all, some leaves through your breath and your sweat. That faint next morning smell is the toxin leaving through your skin. Over years, the damage stops being about one night. Heavy drinking measurably shrinks the brain, gray matter and the white wiring alike, and the prefrontal cortex, your judgment, takes some of the worst of it. And recent brain scans of thousands of people found even light, moderate drinking linked to a smaller brain. There is no dose the tissue simply ignores. This is why health agencies quietly reclassified it. Alcohol sits in Group 1, the highest certainty class of cancer causer, alongside tobacco and asbestos, and it's tied to at least 7 cancers. After decades of "a glass of red is good for you," the largest global studies landed on a blunt conclusion. For your health, the safe amount is 0. So here's the mismatch Darwin's idea predicts. You carry a 10-million-year-old reward system tuned to chase a faint trace of alcohol in ripe, life-giving fruit. We took that trace, distilled it 40-fold into a neurotoxin, and left the ancient "yes, more of this" signal pointing straight at it. The wiring is doing its job perfectly. The target changed. Which means the craving was never really for the drink. Underneath it, your brain is chasing what the drink once promised. Dense calories, a hit of reward, the edge coming off, the group gathered close. Alcohol is just the counterfeit that hijacks all of those signals at once and then charges your brain for it.
So if it's hard to say no, that isn't weakness. It's 10 million years of wiring, doing exactly what it evolved to do in a world that learned to distill the signal. Knowing that is the edge your ancestors never had. You can see the trap the fruit set and decide, clear-eyed, how close you want to stand to it.